If scope creep and projects that seem to never end is a big challenge for you, I want you to know that you are not alone. This is a very common challenge for most people in the small branding and design industry space. I know in the past when I've struggled with this, I've often blamed the client because the clients sometimes have a hard time making up their mind. They may come back to me over the project with new ideas, or they may approve something but then later have a new idea and come back and want to change it. They may need extra revisions. They may want to see different versions of the work I did just to see if they like it, only to go back to the original. Or clients can just drag their feet on bringing you collateral or disappear altogether. And what ends up happening is that you end up spending so many more hours on the project over so much more time, but you don't get paid anymore for it. And what may be even worse is that it makes it really hard to run your business. It makes it really hard to schedule other projects. It makes it really hard for you to schedule your own life, because if a client pops back up and then all of a sudden wants to finish the project and you are trying to take a vacation, what are you supposed to do in that situation? And it's really hard to schedule other clients and other projects. So you may have this lull where you don't have any work, and then a client pops back up right when you're starting a new project, and now you're juggling multiple projects that you weren't prepared for. I know this is not what you imagined when you went into business for yourself. I'm sure you would much prefer that you knew exactly when projects started and ended so that you could schedule your clients and your life. I'm pretty sure you would much rather spend your time doing the actual work for the clients and less time managing, doing emails, follow-ups, chasing clients down. And I'm gonna guess that you would love to be able to take a vacation once in a while and completely check out, knowing that your projects are ending at a certain time. Luckily, there are actually a bunch of things that you can do to manage this and make sure that you never have scope creep or projects going out of scope again. So I've found there are really 5 main culprits for why projects take longer than we plan. First, projects are often not thoroughly planned out in the beginning so that things come up along the way that we don't anticipate. Second, we often task the client with getting us collateral, like website copy or photos, and that is a task that they may not be actually well prepared to do. And so they drag their feet or they struggle to do it, and that pushes our timeline or even our start date out significantly. 3, I often find that when a project is over many months, it just opens you up to life getting in the way. We're all humans, things happen, but the longer the project goes on for, the more likely it is for your client to have something happen in their life that's going to make them reschedule, get them stressed out, make them have to push things off. Things might also happen in their business that makes them want to pause, want to rethink things. So the longer the timeline, actually the more likely this is to happen. 4, also when there's a long timeline, you're just giving the clients tons of time to think, rethink, question, change their mind, and you have to deal with the fallout of all of this. And the last reason I see this happen in almost every small agency that I meet is because most small businesses just don't have a really tight process that they follow. One that can anticipate the little hiccups, knows how to deal with them so that they don't derail everything. So are you interested in fixing this? Because I have a couple of pieces of advice for you. There's really 4 things that you can do to get rid of scope creep completely and actually have tighter timelines that always end the project on time, reliably. The first one is you've got to confidently lead the project from beginning to end by setting out expectations of exactly how this is going to go and then tightly following them. Second, you need to approach this relationship as a partnership from the start, setting out expectations about what you expect from them in order to be successful. And you need them to buy into that so that they feel like they are a part of the project, not like they have hired you and they can push you around. 3, you want to shorten the timeline as much as possible. The shorter the timeline, the less likely that unforeseeable things are going to happen to derail this. And 4th, you must have a process where you thoroughly plan the project and show up as an expert so that you can actually anticipate what a client might be asking for down the line. These things are easier said than done, but they are possible, and I want you to know that. And if you are just so sick of scope creep and projects that never end, I may have a solution for you. We've got a model where we deliver entire brands and websites in just a couple of days in an intensive model, and it eliminates almost all of these issues. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel.